The Ultimate Trivia Podcast.
Welcome to the Ultimate Trivia Podcast, the show where knowledge is power and laughter is our only reward. I am your host, Andy. We have the whole crew in the studio tonight. Scotty, how we living?
Living large and proud to be that.
Okay, I like it. Nicholas, how we feeling tonight?
Giggity.
Okay, that's a good answer.
Feeling good.
BQ, my man. Hey, BQ. And Kelly over there in the corner. Nobody puts Kelly in the corner.
They do.
Yeah.
Irie.
Hey, baby. All right. We have a very, very special episode tonight. This is a first for the Ultimate Trivia Podcast. It is a listener submitted trivia. Yes.
Nervous.
I know.
Nervous.
Flattering that someone would take the time.
Very flattering.
Right? Shout out to Kelly.
Yes.
A fan who is engaged, not our Kelly, of course. And she spells it wrong because, maybe our Kelly spells it wrong. But either way, we've communicated with Kelly a number of times. She always lets us know how she does on the trivias. And, we're happy to engage with our listeners. But she submitted a trivia on the Founding Fathers. Now, she submitted it to my email address. I immediately forwarded it to Scott's wife, who put it all together, so we get to play an all play, baby.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, but I'm very nervous.
By the topic or the fact that we weren't in control of this?
She might just think we're smarter than we really are.
Well,
These could be really tough.
We are not.
I know. You said knowledge is power. I feel powerless right now.
Oh,
Okay. I don't know. Founding fathers. I don't know who all the founding fathers even are. Like, I don't know the list.
okay.
Do you?
Well, that's
Does
not
anybody
the
here?
whole list, not the complete. I know some.
I know a
think.
few, but I don't.
I mean,
couldn't give you the list. No.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not a baseball lineup, Nick. There's not like on a pin board somewhere like here are the founding.
Why is there not
that'd be
one?
cool,
then?
though. That'd be
Give me the
helpful.
list. Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm also very excited about it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super cool. I'm nervous about how well we're going to do. Kelly, if we don't live up to your expectations, I beg you to keep listening, please. All right. So before we do that, we are also revealing a new segment. Yay.
I'll save the applause for the end. Okay. Let's see how it lands first.
I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah.
So we're calling it Brain Bombs. We are workshopping the title. This was just the first one I came up with here. And it's basically some quick hitter fun facts. Just some quirky rules, quirky laws. Sometimes they're gross. Sometimes they're mind-blowing. Sometimes they're underwhelming. And then we'll get a little bit of information about them. But let's see how you guys react to some of these. And the first one's definitely going to lay the groundwork. We ready?
So this is replacing the question of the week?
And we're going to rotate it in and out.
Okay.
Just to keep things fresh.
Dig it. All right.
All right. You
Let's
ready?
hear it. Do it.
Brain bomb number 1. The human belly button can host over 60 species of bacteria.
Oh, that's disgusting.
It is gross. How many?
60. Over 60.
Does that depend on the depth of the belly button?
I imagine
You
that
would
plays a
think.
Does
role.
it change if it's an innie or an outie?
Right. Or
Ooh. Good point.
I'm an innie.
I'm definitely an
Thank
innie.
you. Yep,
Yeah.
same.
Are you? Yeah.
Mine's in.
Yeah.
In.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a bit of a belly, so if I was an outie, it'd have to be very long to get all the way out.
I'm a hefty guy, so I feel like all 60 might be in there. Just stacked on. Are they just stacked on top of each other?
Just a petri dish.
yeah.
God,
You could be in the Guinness Book of World
that
Records.
is so gross.
Do you make an effort of getting in there when you're in the shower?
I mean, I don't
Make
know.
sure
never
they
really
still
thought
have
about
it.
it.
I don't know. I was
Really
thinking
thought
more
about
of like body shots in college. Like, ooh, what did I do? What did I drink?
But the alcohol kills it, hopefully.
Well, hopefully.
Oh, that's a good point. It's a good
I had
point.
a shot of tequila and a staff and some E. coli.
Well, a study from the Belly Button Biodiversity Project found that a single human navel can harbor dozens of bacterial species, some of which have never been identified.
Sounds like money well spent.
I'm angry there was a project on the belly button.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Get
that's a
outta
waste of
here.
money.
I
Come on.
promise you, grants were issued for millions.
If it's
on that
government
study.
grants, maybe
Right?
Doge cancels one of those.
When was the last time you cleaned your belly button?
I mean, in the shower,
Actively
don't
get
shower?
in there in the shower. Yeah.
Do you really?
You get
Yeah.
a Q-tip or you finger bang that thing?
you? Finger bang. Oh, yeah.
Finger.
Yeah. Definitely.
Sorry.
Definitely.
It's
Yeah.
fine. PG-13.
1 to 2 knuckles, depending. Yeah.
I when my oldest was very young, we'll call him maybe 6 or 7. his nose was right at belly button level, and I made him throw up. And I'm not joking.
Oh God, this is worse than this because it stank so bad.
Evidently.
Oh God. Oh
Wow.
I need to quit drinking before these
That was a
episodes.
lemon drop. I didn't know it was
sick.
tequila.
I feel sick.
All right. They're not all gross, I promise.
God,
Let's move on.
Move on. Next fact,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
That's
We're going to skip the next one, in fact, because that was super awesome, and it's also a little
I will say this: I want to clean my belly button really well.
Yeah,
man.
get in there.
Tonight.
Rubbing alcohol. That's right. All right, we're going to go to number 2. In 1971, a man sued Satan, and the case made it to court.
how?
Wow.
I don't know.
How?
It made it through the preliminaries, evidently.
Wow.
I mean, who's representing Satan? Number one.
It's funny you should ask.
Any lawyer?
They're twins.
Well done.
Yeah.
They're on retainer.
In that case, I'm going to sue Jack for the giant beanstalk.
Yeah. It was dismissed on a technicality. And
What was the technicality?
so a man named George.
Satan couldn't show up.
Couldn't show up and I couldn't face the
nobody's
accuser.
found him yet.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
That's the technicality.
Yeah.
He didn't have an address for them to deliver papers
Yes.
to.
Yeah. You
That was
gotta
the
get served,
technicality.
don't you? You have to get served.
You do.
know?
This is the
How do you
exact
get down there?
opposite of a miracle on 34th Street.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's
We have
right.
all these letters to Satan, so he
You're
must be real.
Well, a man named Gerald Mayo did file a lawsuit against Satan in 1971 in the United States District Court of Pennsylvania. The court did issue an opinion, but dismissed the case for procedural reasons, including failure to provide an address for Satan. And he was suing him simply because he ruined his life. He made him make a bunch of bad choices,
Oh, okay.
and that's what he was.
This reminds me, it's a clip I saw.
Talk about a Hail Mary for some
yeah.
money.
wrong person.
Well played. I wasn't even thinking about that. That's fantastic.
No, I saw a reel. It was, if you read the Bible, God killed like 1 million people. Satan didn't kill a single one in the entire Bible.
In the Bible.
So who's the bad
yeah.
guy?
Yeah. Scotty, you're our resident Bible
Yeah.
expert, I think.
Not touching that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't either.
don't blame it. I don't blame it. All right, moving on. And I knew this fact already, and I bet you Kelly does too. There is a fungus that turns ants into zombies. This is very real.
Is it come from the belly button?
It maybe it could
Possibly
I don't
your
know.
belly button?
That might be where COVID came from.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, it kills you from the inside and it sprouts up out of your body. It's basically based off the zombie from The Last of Us.
Oh,
or,
so
or
it's-
what affects you.
It's like a mushroom?
yes, it's a fungi.
Okay.
It is a
Oh, yeah,
fungus.
you
It's not
did say
very
that.
fun.
That's right. Yeah.
Not very fun, but
Hey-oh, good one.
dad joke.
It's
Nice.
Cordyceps fungus. The Cordyceps fungus infects insects like ants, takes over their central nervous system. It compels them to move to an elevated spot and then kills them to grow and release the spores, which is then how it spreads and infects more.
Wow.
Now, it's there for ants. Anybody on board with it making the jump?
I'm thinking of this is the end.
Jump
I'm
in the
compelled.
species.
Am I?
Yeah. Am I compelled?
Well, that's what I paused for. I was waiting for somebody to
Am
go
I?
with compelled there. Yeah.
Do you have any cheery trivia for us?
Yeah.
Cheery?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they called bombs
I
because
got-
they're all devastating?
It's the implication.
I got one more for us that I think is
Okay.
a little more
Oh, okay.
lighthearted.
Like the end of a newscast where they throw in the.
the feel-good story of the week.
There you go.
After 4 murders and
Yeah.
3
Yeah.
carjackings.
All right, here is the final one. In Alabama, it's illegal to wear a fake mustache in church if it causes laughter.
Well, it should be. I mean, come on.
Come on.
Come on. Fake mustache in
I mean,
church.
you're not supposed to laugh in church
Well,
Church is not supposed to be enjoyable, right?
oh, wait a minute.
in Alabama.
Treading the line. Yeah. Well, this is deep South, right?
Yeah.
So this is a whole different level of church than what we experienced.
This is Footloose Church.
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go.
This is
well
a
said, actually.
rattlesnake church.
Yeah.
Right. It's only illegal if it causes someone to laugh.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. Now, it's in all the dumb law books, okay? So it is widely cited in all the dumb law books, but sourcing the original statute is actually a bit difficult. It may have existed as a local ordinance, but is not enforceable or present in the current state law. So there's a gray area to that, but it has been referenced many times.
I mean, come on. If you see a clean shaven guy one day, the next day he has a mustache on, how is that not funny?
It will be.
But what if
Every
you're
time.
in church and you're just a funny looking guy with no mustache? Is that illegal?
No, it has to be a fake mustache.
Has to be a fake
Has to be a fake.
What if Jesus wears the fake mustache?
Oh, that's the ultimate test of faith. Or the rattlesnakes, for that matter. No.
The rattlesnake has a mustache?
Yeah. No, they were anyway.
That's even better.
That is funny,
I
right?
tuned out 4 minutes ago. I don't know. I'm
Definitely
trying
off-
to track. I'm trying to
Definitely
track
off
here.
track now.
Wait, but what if it's yours?
You're a rattlesnake?
Or your mustache? What? I'm confused now. What are we talking about?
I don't know. Anyway.
All right.
We've gone off the rails.
My brain is bombed.
Rattlesnakes don't have belly buttons either. So. Bunchy brain dropped that one.
All right. Well, guys, that was fun. Thanks for playing along.
I liked it.
Yeah, we'll have to revisit that as we go. And listeners, we encourage you to send us your own brain bombs. Send them directly to our email address, where I will primarily get those and be able to deliver them. Or you can find us each individually on Instagram, and you can see that in the show notes wherever you get your podcasts.
Get a shout out on the show.
Yeah.
Send them in.
Good stuff. We'd like that. I mean, that's what the show's about. It's fun, fun knowledge. Well, it's pretty meaningless, all in all, you know? All right. So we talked about it. Founding Fathers came in from our listener. We are going to get into it right now. And first, let's learn about what that term actually means.
Okay.
The term Founding Fathers refers to a group of prominent leaders and statesmen who played key roles in the American Revolution and the establishment of the United States as an independent nation. These men united the 13 American colonies to fight a war of independence against Great Britain. They also established the framework of government that would be the backbone of the young nation. These men were triple threats, having leadership, longevity, and statesmanship that continued to inspire generations of Americans. Many of the Founding Fathers can still be seen on American currency and United States postage stamps. There you go, Nick.
America. America.
Just get your wallet out.
For the people who did not get 6 out of 10 on the U.S. citizenship test, United States of what? You just said United States.
The United States of America.
Okay, I just want to be clear on that.
Okay.
America.
I don't think any
USA.
other states
USA.
are united.
Well written synopsis.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well done, Kelly.
Yeah, thank you for introducing that to us. So it's anyone who helped create and defend this great nation.
All right.
That's a long list of people, I believe, and I'm quite even more nervous.
That introduction, I'm like,
I feel like you read it and it was very well written and you had to dumb it down for us.
Yeah.
Like you just had to explain it to us. Like we don't.
In layman's
Like
terms.
we were still lost. What do you mean?
I generally have to help the doctor understand what I'm saying half the time.
well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right. As I mentioned, this is an all play episode. Are we ready?
I got a scoreboard.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
It's time for the main event, our 10-question trivia game on America's Founding Fathers, United States of America's Founding Fathers.
Sure.
There, Kelly. Here's how it works. We each have 2 envelopes comprised of questions, answers, and the appropriate flavored text. We'll take turns reading them, and we will all write answers on our whiteboards. When the host of that question says reveal, we will reveal our answers. If we get it right, we get a point. If we don't, well, we get to make fun of those, at least the ones who did get it right get to make fun of the other ones.
You ever get the feeling that, like deja vu, you're surrounded by morons?
Every Thursday night.
I'm getting that feeling right now.
Yeah.
I was just making sure it's mutual.
No, it's all of us, I think. All right, Nick on the scoreboard.
Yes, sir.
Who's got question number 1?
That would be me.
All right.
All right. Let's see here. Okay. Question number 1. Of the first 5 American presidents, 3 died on the 4th of July. Name 2. Wow. 3 did?
Okay.
Ooh. I assume Jeopardy rules apply. Last names are good.
Oh, I don't know about that in this case. All right, B, you're done.
Yes, sir.
You feel good?
Yep.
Okay. I like it.
You said there were 3, correct?
3, but you have to name 2.
Yeah.
2 of the 3.
Hundo.
Like that.
2 of the 3. I feel good about the 2. I don't know what the third one is.
I'm not sure. I feel good about my 2, but I was thinking about
Yeah.
the third. I think I do know now. I think it's
Yeah. Well,
we'll find out.
If I recall, the 2 of them
Right.
died. Was it the same year as well? If I recall. Yeah.
No idea.
Might be
Giving
the flavor
hints.
text.
Giving
All right.
hints.
Yeah,
Giving
okay.
hints.
Sorry.
I know.
Yeah. All right. So
We need to reveal first.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna get the answer ready, and then I'll tell you guys a reveal. So
We're just living in Nick's world right now.
pretty much. All right, let's reveal.
All right.
We have Thomas Jefferson and James Madison from Andy. Brian's got Thomas Jefferson and John Adams. Kelly's got Jefferson and Adams. So does Scotty. So do I, Jefferson and Adams.
Oh, crap.
The correct
Hopefully
answers.
that's the third one.
The correct answers are John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, and James Monroe.
He raised his hands in victory.
Yes, you did.
Brutal.
I like how you slow played.
Yeah, I did too.
James.
Yes.
I know this because of the HBO special and John Adams.
Adams,
That's
yes,
why
yeah.
I remember
They
that.
died on the same
Yeah,
day.
They were friends.
Because I'm
and-
pretty sure they died within hours of each other or something like that. Yeah,
Pretty crazy, isn't it?
yeah. Because they were also like good friends and that kind of thing too.
Excellent
Yeah.
show, by the way.
Oh, one of the best.
So good.
One of the best. So everybody got that right except for
Yeah, hush up.
Mr. Madison over there.
That's move on.
Okay. All right. Well, hang on. Let me update the scoreboard and I'll read.
Why are you mad, son?
Oh, nice.
James Monroe is how we got it.
Yes. All right. So Thomas Jefferson and James Adams were a few of the last surviving members of the original American revolutionaries. On July 4th, 1826, Adams' last words before he died were recorded to have been, "Thomas Jefferson still survives," not knowing that Jefferson had died earlier that same day.
Oh, cool. That's
Yeah.
a cool
So,
fact.
insane.
I thought, yeah.
yeah, that's
remember-
wild.
Pretty
I remember
crazy.
hearing that.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Now, James Monroe passed away 5 years later on July 4th, 1831. Fun fact. 4 of the first 5 U.S. presidents were from the state of Virginia.
How about that?
I think still to this day, Virginia has the most presidents from.
Oh, really?
I think so. I'm not positive.
Huh. I mean, it
Such
was
a bad
one. I mean,
attitude
it was there was only 13 at the time, so I mean, odds were pretty good.
Yeah.
But well, there you go. So,
All right.
all right, feel good about the first question.
Oh, yeah, I bet you do.
Yeah, who's got number 2?
I have number 2.
All right,
Kelly Ray.
You guys ready?
no, but we'll do it anyway.
We'll do it live.
This is interesting. In what state did Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr duel?
Okay.
Ooh,
Anybody feel good about that answer?
not at all.
No, me neither.
Oh,
I'm even a big fan. We've covered this. A big fan of the Broadway
Yeah.
play, and I can't think of what happened there.
no.
Doctor looks to be in disgust of his answer.
Yeah, I'm weighing it out, but educated.
Sure.
I have a reason for the answer,
Correct.
and I don't know. I have no idea if it's right.
You do have a reason?
I have a logical
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
answer. I think it's logical.
I'm with you. I'm on the same page as you.
Okay.
I have no logical reason.
Question number 2. In what state did Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr duel?
That's it.
Everybody reveal your answers.
All right.
So Scott and Nick both have Pennsylvania. Andy has New York. Brian has South Carolina. And I have answered Pennsylvania also. So
I feel better now.
New York was is
New York
in my
is a
running.
very logical one as well.
Come on, baby.
The answer is nobody got it right.
Oh,
I know. It was I should have did this. Is New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Never would have.
Thank you for not doing that, by the way.
Any fan of the musical Hamilton will know that on July 11th. Aren't you a fan of Hamilton?
I'm a big fan of Hamilton.
On July 11th, 1804, Hamilton and Burr departed Manhattan and rode across the Hudson River to Weehawken, New Jersey, a known dueling ground. Hamilton was mortally wounded and died the following day. His funeral was held at Trinity Church in New York City on July 14th. Fun fact, dueling was illegal in both New York and New Jersey, but the penalties were less severe in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he died, so the penalty was pretty harsh.
Well, they address this in there that they have people turn around for plausible deniability.
Oh,
Nobody
okay.
saw it happen. Nobody saw who shot or what. Yada, yada.
Okay.
Wait, we can do that?
I don't know.
Have a
Loophole.
I think I know what we're doing for our 100th episode.
Wait a minute. There's 5 of us.
Yeah. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, who's got question 3?
I do. So we're moving on.
Do it, Doc.
Question.
We know Andy's not going to hit anybody. Go ahead.
Everybody just dressed like a turkey.
I'm 0 for 2, and you're already kicking me. Come on.
All right, here we go. Question number 3. A group of 5 delegates were charged with writing the Declaration of Independence. They were known as the Committee of 5. Name 3 of the 5 delegates. Delegates.
It's very serious in here. I dig it. I like it.
Wait, did we say nay on the last names only? Because I'm running out of space on my board. I'm writing too big, apparently.
Roll right smaller. I don't know.
Too late. I'm sticking with last names.
Just you can say who you mean if you need
Yeah,
to.
it's fine.
You know.
Want me to read it again, or we?
Yeah, for the listeners, probably.
Okay. A group of 5 delegates were charged with writing the Declaration of Independence. They were known as the Committee of 5. Name 3
It's a creative name.
of the 5, delegates.
All right. I don't feel good about this at all.
Hang on, I need one more second since
Yeah.
I'm reading here.
Finalize here.
1001.
Anybody feel good?
I feel pretty good. I'm not saying I'm right, but I
Yeah.
feel pretty good.
Yeah. I actually, I wouldn't bet a Benjamin on it.
Oh.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But, I feel okay.
Based on the question so far, I don't think we're going to have any that are that easy.
Yeah, probably not.
No.
Okay, we're all ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yep.
All right, let's reveal. I'll start with Kelly. We got Jefferson, Madison, and Hamilton. Brian has Jefferson, Adams, and Hancock. Kelly, no, Andy, your name's Andy, with
Yeah.
Jefferson, Franklin, and Madison, right back to
We're
him.
coming back.
And Nick, Jefferson, Madison, Monroe. I wrote Franklin, Jefferson, Adams. Here we go with
All right.
Come on, baby. Come on. You have Madison also, but Monroe is okay. So I can be the only one to get a point and tie it
possible.
back up. Come on.
Ooh. Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, Benjamin Franklin, Roger Sherman, Robert R. Livingston.
Wow. I had Adams written down,
You know what's
but I still
crazy?
wouldn't have had it right.
Yeah.
I knew Franklin was one of them. I wrote Hancock because in my head I was positive he was one of them. So I,
Yeah.
one of the authors.
He's the first one to sign the Constitution.
He was the first one to sign it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like I was that
Constitution or
confident that I was like,
Declaration of
Right.
Independence, I
but I
believe.
only needed
Oh, that
3.
was-
Dude, that's terrible.
Wow. So nobody got that one, right?
I did.
You got it? Jefferson, Franklin? Yeah. Good job, Doc.
Terrible.
Wow.
All right.
I erased Adams. I still didn't have the third
I think
one.
he looked.
We got a spare marker. Mine is terrible.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
We
There's
can
one
get
in
you
the
one.
closet. Here.
Yeah, we can get you one. Let me.
Go ahead and read.
All right, here we go. These 5 men were appointed by the Second Continental Congress in June of 1776. Knowing Jefferson's writing skills, Adams urged Jefferson to be the principal author. With only 17 days to produce the first draft, Jefferson presented the document to Franklin and Adams, requesting their, in Jefferson's words, corrections. Sherman and Livingston's contributions to this remarkable historical document doesn't appear to be significant. Fun fact, the Declaration of Independence spent World War II in Fort Knox, Kentucky for safekeeping.
Fine.
Seems like a smart place to put it.
Yeah. How we doing over there with the marker situation?
I can't believe I did that. Like I thought I knew 4 of the 5.
Yeah.
And I just
wow.
went with Hancock instead of Franklin.
I mean,
Doesn't
I-
matter. I knew 3 of them, right? But
3, yeah.
I
The other
screwed
2.
myself.
What were the last 2?
The Livingston, I do not remember that at all. So
Livingston and
I've never heard that name before.
Sherman. Roger
I
Sherman.
can't believe I did that.
Either
That's
one.
unbelievable.
I've heard Roger Sherman for sure.
According to the Hamilton play, Thomas Jefferson and James Madison were like this, man. I mean,
Him and John Adams are boys. I know that. Jefferson, just from the series, like I didn't know they were that close.
Well, yeah, and they had like a friendly rivalry where they
Yeah.
where they liked each other, but they hate each other, and they always tried to one up each other and
They were-
speeches.
they were
and,
friends, but they
You know,
competitive.
yeah. That's what
Yeah.
basically good way to
That,
say.
that show was so good.
It was
I
fantastic.
watched it twice. Like
They should do whoever
John
did that. They
Adams.
whoever did that, they should do one on every.
Just hit
Oh,
them all.
I agree. They should do. I totally agree.
What was number 2?
Me. That was the.
Oh, the state. All right. Well, who's got question number 4?
I'm on the mic here,
right.
baby.
Let's hear it.
Number 4. Oh, I wasn't prepared. So here we go. Here it comes. Number 4. Which founding father is known as the father of the Constitution? Which founding father is known as the father of the Constitution? Oh, man. Anybody else feel like they just keep revisiting similar names over and over
Well,
again?
yeah, there's only so many names in the bank.
Right.
And like there's
Which kind of makes it difficult, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Very.
Confusing. Like, wait a minute.
yeah.
Yeah, I have to admit the final 2 names from the last question, I don't know
Yeah,
that I've ever heard either one of those.
Sherman, I don't
I've
remember
heard
the other
Sherman. I have not heard of
That's why
Livingston.
you watch English
Yeah.
soccer.
one. Yeah.
All right. That's fair.
Read one more time.
Oh, yeah. Which founding father is known as the father of the Constitution? Turn your boards around, boys. We got James Madison from Nick, Thomas Jefferson from Scott, Madison from Kelly, TJ from Brian, and I got Ben Franklin.
I got the nod of approval from Kelly, so I feel good right now.
Just want to keep going with Ben Franklin and James Madison until I get one of them right. Correct answer is James Madison.
No way. I was thinking Monroe. Dude,
Nice
boom. Nice
job.
work. Wood. Nice.
First question, I'd pivot off of him. And
Yeah, exactly.
I can't believe that's wow. I thought it was because Jefferson's the main author, so I just figured he's.
He
no,
was,
that's-
he was bigger for the Declaration of Independence.
I know.
Yeah.
I was thinking, wow.
See, I did that in the
Yeah,
episode.
yeah, I was thinking,
you know,
yeah.
Yeah.
those words mix up.
Is Monroe or Madison were in my head for some reason.
I was
Because
thinking-
when you said Constitution, not Declaration of Independence, for
I was
some
thinking
reason, those 2
Declaration,
names
yeah.
I couldn't think of. So I took a 50-50 shot.
well.
I went right, though.
Well done, brother. You went right. James Madison is credited with authoring the Virginia Plan, which served as the blueprint of the United States Constitution. He was dedicated to balancing individual liberties with the national government by helping develop a system of checks and balances, ensuring that no single branch of the government held too much power.
Okay.
That's pretty awesome.
Wow.
That triumvirate system has, stood the test of time, right?
Held up so far.
Held
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Well, I got one fun fact. James Madison was the shortest U.S. president, standing 5'4" and weighing around 100 pounds.
Wow.
He's a little guy. He's just a little tyke.
I would tower over him.
Little fella.
Oh, yeah, that'd make you feel good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Man, and I won't keep referencing it because I know you guys will start making fun of me, but in the Hamilton musical, the original one,
Oh boy.
the James Madison was this giant black man. Oh, really? So
Oh,
it's
that's kinda
funny that
funny.
they went totally
Yeah, I
the
like
other
it.
direction.
Historically accurate.
Yeah.
Good.
Very accurate.
All right. All right. Number 5. Who's got
It's
it?
got to be Brian.
That would be me.
Big B.
All right, boys. Question number 5. Which founding father and president distilled whiskey on his estate?
Oh, man. I feel like I've heard this before.
Which founding father and president distilled whiskey on his estate?
Man, I even know a fact about this, but I can't think of the dang name.
I feel like it could be multiple, you know?
Founding father and president.
And president. I'll just stick with what I got.
Yeah, I am very confident I'm wrong, but I know this fact.
Well, again, this is tough because there's not a set list of founding fathers.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, but there is a president's, so that is
that is
that's
true.
a leading indicator.
That is
on this
true.
one.
That is true.
That's where if you
Yeah.
don't understand the question,
Sure.
you're
Yeah.
giving hints
Yeah.
if you don't.
Yeah,
Well, one of
fair
my
enough.
biggest problems is my inability to actually pay attention
That's
to all of you.
been true your whole life.
Yes.
Nick.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has.
Scott, you wrote something down?
I know the president, so I wrote one down. Yep.
I'm changing my answer, so give me a second.
Oh.
here.
James Madison again, huh?
Damn it, I almost did.
Oh, that's funny. That's really funny.
All right, no, I'm going to go back to what I had.
I wrote one down.
Again, I feel confident is
I wrote
wrong.
one down. I changed it, and it's probably going to be the one I wrote down first.
Yeah.
Well, let's find out.
Let's reveal, boys.
All right.
All right, I have Thomas Jefferson, Andy with George Washington, Nick with George Washington, Scotty with George Washington, and Kelly with Thomas Jefferson.
I had Washington down.
Did you?
The correct answer is George Washington.
Oh, right.
Man,
Andy,
I almost feel like I shouldn't get a point because I was confident I got it
you
wrong.
just finally got on the board.
Yay, that's it. Off the schneid. No Dr. Ofer for me.
No, sir.
But this recipe still exists out there.
Oh.
I know that.
Oh, okay.
And that's the fact that I knew without attaching the name to it.
So I mean, within the last several months, I went to his estate,
Yeah.
but I couldn't remember if he had if there was a distillery there.
Wasn't he the super honest, I did not cut down the cherry tree or whatever guy? So this would have been underhanded.
I don't know. According to Dazed and Confused, they grew weed.
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't sure. Hemp.
Yeah.
In Dazed and Confused, he definitely said weed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, okay, cool.
All right. So after his presidency, Washington was persuaded by his farm manager to build a whiskey distillery at his home in Mount Vernon. In 1799, Mount Vernon produced nearly 11,000 gallons of whiskey from rye and corn grown on its own fields, making it one of the largest distilleries in the nation at the time, not to mention very profitable. In 1814, a fire destroyed the distillery. It would not be rebuilt until the early 2000s. Fun fact.
Oh.
When the distillery reopened in 2007, Mount Vernon used Washington's own writings to produce the whiskey using 18th century methods.
I'd heard that before.
Very nice.
Yeah. What is the distillery? Does it say?
G-Dubs.
Yeah. I say.
G-Dubs whiskey.
I like it.
Wooden Teeth Distillery.
Actually, it was
Wooden
lead.
tooth. Yeah,
That's
right.
what he died from, right?
And
Lead poisoning.
like a bunch of his slaves' teeth.
Yeah,
Like he had in his
right.
mouth.
Oh, wow.
And animals.
That's gross.
Way to put a dark turn on it there, brother. Nice work.
I didn't do it.
No, that's true.
So that was
That's
five, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's hear it.
Recap. All right. So Brian and Andy both have 1.
Thank you.
Kelly has 2. The doc and myself have 3.
I should be there with you guys.
Anybody's
should.
a game.
Yes, you should. Tight race, though. Tight race. I have question 6. Let's keep it going. All right. Here we go. Which unremarkable U.S. president popularized the phrase founding fathers using the expression in speeches while running for president himself in the early 1900s?
Wait.
Whoa.
I like that.
So this is a U.S. president popularized the phrase founding fathers using the expression in speeches while running for president himself in the early 1900s.
Okay.
So
I understand.
I guess that not an actual founding father, but it references founding fathers.
And I'm sorry, are we using Jeopardy rules or we're not?
I'm fine with it. I don't care.
I'm trying to get by on a technicality over there, Doc.
Trying to think of a first name.
Ugh.
Pretty sure I know it, but I'd hate to
Really?
get it wrong.
Really? Man.
No, sorry. Pretty sure I know the first name of this president.
Oh.
not the answer per se.
I see.
Man. Early 1900s.
Yeah, gosh, if you know when the president's ruled,
Yeah,
this probably
I'm not good
gets
with that part,
ruled.
though.
That's terrible. But
Man.
Does it? I'm sorry. It gives the actual year.
It just says early 1900s.
Okay.
So, yeah. In speeches while running for president himself in the early 1900s. I'm terrible at presidents. Dang it.
yeah. There are going to be people out there that laugh at us because these
Yes.
people
I was
were
about to say this
presidents
is
in,
going to be embarrassing
the
for some of us, probably. Some of
1830s
their-
or something like that,
'cause
right?
I know mine's
We
probably.
just don't
I
know
have
it.
no idea, so I just put something.
Yeah. Oh, man.
All right, Kelly just finalized. Nick's putting one down. I think the rest of us have answers.
I'm just putting down something. All right. Let's reveal. All right. We have, you just threw something, Andy.
Okay.
We have Harding from Scotty, Teddy Roosevelt from Kelly, Coolidge from Brian, Andrew Johnson from Andy, and I have Taft.
Oh, nice.
I've shot in the dark, 100%. I like that you said nice. I feel good about it. I feel way better about it now. Probably way off, but
It's not a doctor of
all right.
founding
The
fathers.
answer is Harding.
Shut the front door.
out of here.
You had Harding, right? Yeah. Good for you.
Warren G. Warren G.
man.
Wow.
Yeah,
You need to
William J.
regulate.
William J.
Mount up.
Warren G. Harding.
Wow.
Wow.
Well done, Josh.
So
These
Scott's
people.
I mean, was this truly a dart throw for
Yeah,
you?
it was.
I mean, you did.
I knew the
you
time
did-
frame. I knew he
Did
was.
you?
You know.
Well, that helps.
That is big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you went to
But-
Washington last year, so that helps.
I don't think
Cheater.
Harding was talked about a lot on the
Apparently,
tour.
he was unremarkable.
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
all there
There
you
you
go.
go.
Yeah.
There's no Harding tours. I don't
All right. Well, Harding first used the term in his keynote address at the 1916 Republican National Convention. He repeated the phrase in multiple speeches over the next several years, including when he accepted the Republican nomination for president and later during his presidential inauguration speech in 1921. Fun fact, the phrase founding fathers was not used again in a presidential inauguration speech
Reagan.
until Ronald
Boom.
Reagan. Oh, wait, Kelly. He used the expression in both his inauguration speeches 60 years later. So Reagan used it twice. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
wow.
How'd you know that, Kay?
Yeah.
I just remember. I don't know. I can't
know
tell you a
anything.
specific point, but I just remember
Who knows how anybody knows anything?
something
man, you know?
referencing his speaches, like when he got elected. So.
Yeah.
Big Reagan guy. Everybody knows that. You're a
Big time Reagan guy.
big Reagan guy.
He was like 6.
Kelly always goes on about Reaganomics.
Trickle down economics.
All right. Who's got 7?
I do actually.
All right.
You fellas ready for question
Why not?
number 7? Who has the biggest signature on the Declaration of Independence?
Oh, praise the Lord. Thank you. Thank you, Kelly, for making not my Kelly, but
Yeah.
thank you for making sure I don't go over.
Well, you only got one. You got one.
I did.
Yeah.
I don't even know if
I hope
mine's right.
I hope it's right. You
Boy.
know?
Yeah, you're right. That's
I mean,
a good
yeah,
point.
I
I
could
am
be
not
thrown off.
100% confident
No.
that there's a fact
No.
out there I don't know. But
I do remember. I remember the first guy who signed it, and I remember this specifically, but I can't remember who it was.
Sure.
because they wrote it in that for that purpose. They wanted their name to be known
Yeah.
and seen.
Well, let's find out.
So I'll read it one more time. Who has the biggest signature on the Declaration of Independence?
That could be a trick question. Oh, well, I'm sticking
Yeah.
with it.
yeah.
And we have John Hancock all around.
And I'm pretty sure that story is exactly referencing Hancock,
Well-
that he specifically signed it large because
Yeah.
he wanted to be the largest one.
Well, I wonder if there's somebody that had a longer last name or
Herbie
something.
Hancock.
Hancock.
Love that. Love that. The answer is John Hancock.
Well done.
All right, guys. John Hancock's signature was the first and largest on the revolutionary document, making him a symbol of American independence and defiance. It has become so iconic that we still say, put your John Hancock on it when referring to someone's signature. He signed first because he served as the president of the Second Continental Congress.
There you go.
A little fun fact also added in here is the reason behind the size of his signature was simply so someone can read my name without spectacles, and was not aimed specifically at King George as lore would have it. Congress had no intention of sending the original copy of the Declaration overseas to George. Printed copies made that journey.
Okay.
There you go.
Finally, an easy one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
7 questions in, we can finally get one.
Guarantee you
that's
my
a
10-year-old
layup.
could have, or my 11-year-old could have.
Oh, man.
Probably.
Alrighty, I have question number 8. Benjamin Franklin was an inventor from the age of 11 when he invented hand paddles, aka swim fins, for swimming. Name one other Franklin invention that we still use today.
There we go. I got this one too.
Yeah, I know immediately, but I'm wondering if there's multiple that maybe you could choose from. Or
I would assume he was.
I'm
an
hoping
inventor.
there's going to be a list.
She has a list of all the inventions he had?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh.
the one that I know is probably the most pertinent, most important, most used today.
Okay.
Well, he invented lightning, didn't he?
I think he discovered electricity.
And kite racing. I think he invented kite racing.
Is he Zeus?
Kite racing. He invented that, too.
All right, I'll read it one more. Wait,
No, that's
not my
Scott.
question.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I'll read it
I'm
again,
done.
though. How about
done.
I do that?
Okay, good.
All right. Benjamin Franklin was an inventor from the age of 11 when he invented hand paddles for swimming. Name one other Franklin invention that we still use today. Looks like we're all ready. Let's reveal.
Got him on my face right now.
We have bifocals from everyone. Brian put the kite.
I don't know if he invented the kite, though, B.
Well, I don't know. We're
gonna find out.
I thought he did. I hope I didn't screw myself again because I knew, bifocal. I knew that, but
I don't know if he invented
there's
the kite.
lyrics
though.
about it in songs. I get the kite. Yeah, he did the kite.
All right. We have Franklin stove, lightning rod,
Okay.
bifocal glasses,
Okay.
flexible catheter,
Oh, I'd heard that.
and
Thank God for that.
and a glass harmonica, which is a musical instrument.
A glass
See, I
harmonica.
knew
Harmonica.
bifocals. That's
No
crazy.
H.
I tried
No
to-
H, harmonica.
Harmonica.
overthinking. I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
you
or just be
talked
like, oh,
yourself out of
bifocals.
that
Yeah, I knew that, but I thought whatever. I'm not going to win anyway. It doesn't matter.
So you're telling me before he invented it, they used a non-flexible catheter?
It was just a steel rod.
Yeah,
that's
just a
what I'm
steel
thinking.
rod.
Like, what are we
It was-
doing here?
Oh,
He just took the lightning rod and he's like, hey,
Try this.
I got
do
to pee
this.
now.
I was Kath while I was wide awake, boys.
Oh,
Oh no,
Not
no.
cool.
I've never been.
Not cool.
Never experienced that.
Put this in your urethra.
I don't think
Yeah.
it's cool to talk about it.
No, let's move on. Let's move on.
Well, let me tell you a little bit about Benjamin Franklin.
Please do.
I enjoyed it.
His his resume is far too extensive to cram into a few sentences. Simply put, he leaves a legacy of being a diplomat, inventor, philanthropist, scientist, but he is most remembered as one of the most influential American founding fathers. Fun fact, Ben Franklin helped found several civic organizations such as the Library Company of Philadelphia, the first Philadelphia Fire Department, and the University of Pennsylvania.
Also had several mistresses and I believe syphilis at one point. So
Well, that's
there
what
you go.
happens.
He was known as a playboy, like big time.
Good
Yeah.
job, Benny.
Love those French ladies.
That's right.
Nope.
That's
Yeah,
actually
they had
why
a-
he invented bifocals.
Because he had syphilis.
No, so he could see the women better.
Oh,
Oh,
that makes sense.
He had a
He's
certain
into-
je ne sais quoi to him.
You ever try to put a catheter
hairy
in when you
armpits.
can't see what you're doing?
only a flexible one.
That was number 8, right?
Yes, it was.
All right, recap time. Big B, you got 2. Andy has 3. Kelly with 4. I have 5. The Doc has 6.
Oh no,
I'm still in it.
Tight race.
I'm out of the
You're
race.
out of it, but Kelly, myself are in it, trailing Scott by just a little bit.
Just one
All right.
or two.
What, 2 for some?
Got to miss both of these.
All right,
All right.
Right.
Very possible.
I'll allow it. Are we ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Question number 9. Oh no.
Oh, God.
What date did the founding fathers vote and pass the resolution for independence from Great Britain? What date did they vote and pass the resolution for independence from Great Britain?
Feels like a trick
A
question.
trick question, I think.
Of course, it feels like a trick question.
Yeah, I'm just going with the obvious.
I'm going with the obvious, but I feel like it's a trick question. But
has-
I'm
I
going to go
know-
with the fourth.
Andy,
Wait, read it again because I want to hear. Yeah, read it again.
Word for word. What date did the founding fathers vote and pass the resolution for independence from Great Britain?
Wow.
They voted. It passed.
I mean, I'm going
What
obvious,
date
but I
did
feel
that
like
happen?
in
I know
the
it's
so I'm
a- I
thinking
know
back
it's
to
a
like John
different
Adams. I feel like there was like they're waiting for people to get there to sign, so it didn't. You know what I mean? So that's. But they said when did it pass? I don't know. That's confusing.
I don't know. We just got to find out.
Doesn't matter.
Get
For
the
me,
dates
doesn't
down.
matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're battling against each other here, B.
Well, I know.
I mean, at the end of the day-
well, me and you are. You're right.
do
I got.
understand.
At the
I
end
got
of the day,
you.
does anybody know another date besides what we have on these boards? 'Cause I imagine we all have the same answer.
Yeah.
I do not reveal. I
Oh,
went
wow.
the day before. You, Scotty, just went a year.
Oh, yes.
Oh no.
Oh, I hope we're right.
Okay. So anyway, so everybody has July 4th. Well, let me rephrase that. Nick, Kelly, and Brian have July 4th. Scotty only put 1776, and I put July 3rd as the day it was voted and passed.
Okay.
I'm banking on the fact that they announced it the next day
Come on,
somehow.
July
If you get this
4th.
right, I'm
Come
going
on.
to kick you in the
Come on.
July
It has
4th.
to be a trick question. Has to be. But come on. Be July 4th.
July 4th.
Oh, I was almost right, and you were wrong. It was July 2nd of
Oh, come
1776.
Dang it.
My younger son's
You guys had
birthday,
your
as a matter of
chance.
fact.
'cause
I'll
you
Yeah,
put
that
on
was
listening
it.
ears.
Yeah.
And yeah.
It
That
took
was
them a
our
while to get there
shot.
by horse and buggy.
Maybe somebody was late.
Well, see, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. No,
late
I
voter.
remember them waiting for people to come.
Sure.
But I was thinking, well, they voted on, they passed it. That doesn't
Yeah.
mean they
Was
didn't
it
sign. You know what I
landowners?
mean?
Yeah, I know.
So that's what I was
Dang
thinking.
it.
Was it landowners back then that they were waiting for that?
I
Or
don't
like
know.
prominent land? I don't know.
have no
Businessmen, maybe? I don't know.
No,
Maybe
the
they'll
people
tell
who
us.
signed it.
Dang it.
Okay, the Continental Congress had been debating the idea of independence for a month and a half. On June 28th, a draft of the Declaration of Independence was presented before Congress to debate and edit. On July 2nd, Congress voted on the issue of separation from Britain, and it passed. Finally, on July 4th, congressional delegates officially approved the final wording of the Declaration explaining their reasons for separation. Most of the delegates didn't sign until August 2nd. File that one away.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I was later, yeah.
And our fun fact is Robert R. Livingston, I believe that's a name that has come up again.
He was one of the 5.
There you go. A member of the Committee of Five, never signed the Declaration, believing it was too soon to declare independence from England.
What an idiot.
Treason!
Stupid.
I love that joke. Too soon?
Too soon.
Can we talk about
That's
this?
right.
All
Dang it.
right.
That was
well,
our chance.
Well, now Nick's the only one in the running.
Yeah.
come on, Nick.
I'm hoping.
Who's
Can't
got
let
question
Dr.
number
Oak
10?
Wing and a
Big
prayer.
number 10.
I
Wing
have
and a
question
prayer.
number 10.
All right.
I don't need to get it right. Just need Nick to get it wrong.
Well,
That's
that's
correct.
good odds on that one, actually.
Thanks, Andrew.
I don't like your reasoning there.
No.
You want to win no
Backdoor
matter
your
what.
way.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
All right, boys, here we go. Question number 10. Who anonymously published the pamphlet Common Sense, which sparked countless patriots to take up arms against Great Britain?
That was a board by
I
Kelly.
think Kelly's mad because he knows I know this.
Well, I'm out of it, so. But I mean, I know the answer.
I'm not 100%. I feel like I'm 100%, but as soon as I say that, I'll get it wrong.
Obviously.
I mean,
If I do remember, it's amazing that this is still in my brain.
yeah, right.
After
The things you can find in your
30
filing system.
30-something years.
I'm taking a
Do I
stab
need
at
to
it.
read it one more time?
Can you?
Maybe. That's why I was like saying.
I kind of want to hear it again. Yeah.
Who anonymously
Nice.
published the pamphlet Common Sense, which sparked countless patriots to take up arms against Great Britain?
Nailed anonymously.
Nailed it.
I feel like I want to change it.
So I'll give you a story afterwards.
I'll stick with it. Who cares?
Brian's still writing. He's got
he's
to
still
write his answer.
He had to do all the reading. No, he doesn't like it.
I don't know. I don't like it. I don't
Neither
like my
one of
answer.
You might as well
Scotty?
keep it up here so we can show.
This is.
I will.
You mentioned 30 years ago, so going back to college, this
Well,
is
it's
still lingering in the brain.
I appreciate you bringing that up. No, I'm thinking high school, actually. Okay. I don't think this.
You were in college 30 years ago?
Oh, he's really old. He is the oldest. in the
mind
room.
blower.
All right, boys, let's go ahead and reveal some answers. We got from Andrew, Thomas Paine. From Nick, Ben Franklin. Scotty, Thomas Paine. Kelly, Thomas Paine. I had Ben Franklin. The correct answer is
I have a feeling it's Thomas Paine.
Yeah.
Thomas Paine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang it.
T-Pain.
I come to bring the pain hardcore from the rain.
Paine's-
Common sense.
Paine's 1776 Common Sense pamphlet was instrumental in making a compelling case for the colony's independence from British rule by directly attacking issues of political, economic, and ideological obstacles, and challenged the authority of the monarchy. He felt the British rule was responsible for nearly all of the problems that faced the colonies. Fun fact, a large part of the reason the pamphlet was so successful was because it was written in plain language, avoiding complex vocabulary, making it understandable to the everyday person.
Lawyer speak.
Yeah, in layman's terms.
Yeah.
Common
exactly.
sense. Yeah.
I like it.
I like this. I love that answer. I love that question because, I knew the answer, and there was a guy I used to hang out with all the time. I don't want to mention his name just for reasons, but he's a sports writer for ESPN. Know him, and like in several encounters that he referenced this book and that author like several times.
No
and I just
kidding.
love it. I just love it.
I know who you're talking
great.
about. He's
Yeah,
good.
I do too.
awesome dude.
That's great.
That was it. Nicholas, what do we got on the final score
All right.
here?
Final tally. Big B with 2, Andy with 4, Kelly and myself with 5. Doctor, good job. You had 7.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Bravo, brother.
Congrats.
I mean, that's a strong,
That's strong.
dominant performance over
Yeah.
your counterparts here.
Well done.
Is
You,
it
you
really?
feel more American than us?
Easy.
I'm not
Dominant?
suggesting that it's a strong performance. It is a decisive win over your
It's a good
competition.
one. Good one.
I'm actually surprised I would score 7. Like, I don't consider myself a history buff or anything. But I mean, obviously, I got really lucky with Harding.
That is
Otherwise,
pretty
it's
solid.
a lot tighter.
But I think that
race
validates it to some degree because you won by 2 anyway.
there.
Yeah, good point.
And he has a really long arm to be stroking your ego from
Yeah, he
across the
does.
room.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm complimenting
You
him
know
so
who we should
intensely.
be praising is Kelly because I think this was a fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Trivia.
Thank you, Kelly, so much.
Yeah, thank you
love-
for doing that.
Well
for
done.
us.
I love it, Kelly. You have a boy's name.
We do invite listeners out there. Please reach out to us. We're going to have some mediums that it's going to make it a little easier for you, but at the same time, just touch base with us and we'll figure out a way to get it done.
And write episodes for us. It's less work for us. We appreciate it.
Amen.
Prefer-
And we love to all play, man.
And I
That's
love the all
best
play. I
way to
love the
do
all
it.
play.
Before we move on, since she put in all the work, do you want me to read the tiebreaker?
I think we
Oh,
should.
definitely.
Okay. Here we go. Between John Jay, Alexander Hamilton, and James Madison, how many Federalist Papers were written in total?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, my goodness.
I think I know this answer.
What?
I do.
Then say it.
26.
Anybody want to guess before I throw it out there? I'm pretty sure I'm right.
No.
I'm looking at the answer now, so I won't guess.
13 or 26? I don't know. Those are the two pop bands. Yeah.
I have
Don't
no
wanna
idea.
guess?
I have no idea.
63 is the number?
No.
Wow.
Correct answer is 85.
I was going to say 50s.
So close.
John Jay wrote 5. Madison wrote 29. Hamilton wrote 51.
51.
Yeah.
Do that math again. How many did the first guy write?
5.
And the second guy wrote how many?
29.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
one. Not
And John Jay later went on to play for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
center
He's
fielder.
now
He's a
bench coach.
He's a coach now, yeah. Love him.
Well, shoot.
Anyway,
I thought
What a life he's led.
I knew
Yeah.
Hamilton wrote 51. If the question was how many did Hamilton write, I knew it was 51
From the musical.
from the musical.
Yeah.
That's right.
Even though you said 53.
He said 63.
63 actually is what I said originally.
I bet. I take it back.
No, I thought the other guys wrote less. So anyway.
Yeah.
All right. So we have a question here just to kind of close out and debate here a little bit. We have 2 options. Should we just throw them both out there and you answer which one you want?
Yeah.
She took the time to write them. Let's ask them both.
Yeah.
Option 1 is, in your opinion, who's the most underrated founding father? Option 2, if you could hang with any founding father, who would you choose and what would you do?
I'll kick us off.
I like that question.
I think the first question has got to be the Livingston guy or whatever, because I never heard of him.
Never heard of
You
him.
just
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Underrated?
I never really heard of, whatever. If I've heard it before, I don't remember it. So,
Yeah.
and number 2 is really easy. I mean, Ben Franklin. Like, he liked
Yeah,
to
he
kick
liked
it,
to party.
traveled, he liked to party. And
Yeah.
Ben Franklin for
Yeah.
sure.
yeah. So evidently Thomas Jefferson also enjoyed the devil's lettuce, as Kelly likes to call it.
Sure.
That would be my
Yeah,
hang.
yeah.
Most underrated to me would be John Adams.
Okay.
Agreed.
I mean,
Good one.
they had that docuseries on HBO Max, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
He was just an excellent individual. I think I hate telling stories when I don't know the facts to all of them, but I think John Adams had a speech where he's talking to his son and referenced, do not refer to me as a father or a founding member of the United States. He's like, both of those names belong to the American people, which is just like,
Oh,
that's
fantastic.
perfect
Yeah,
for
fantastic.
our
Humble man.
how our country was
Sure.
developed.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
and Tom, hit me up.
Yeah, that's right.
My answer is the same as Kelly's.
Yeah.
Adam's underrated. I want to party with Franklin. Yeah.
Absolutely.
it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, similarly to the fact that you guys are more educated on John Adams and thinks he's super dope because of the HBO special that you guys talk about regularly, it's going to come as no surprise that Alexander Hamilton was such a contributor to the way that this country was formed. And I'll be the first to admit, of the other however many founding fathers, I know the most about Hamilton. Not only from the Broadway show, but you deep dive when you get curious about something.
Yeah.
And the treasury system that we use today is really close to what he put into place. It has been messed with very little. And the founding fathers' only warning to the Treasury Department as
He was the first
passed it
Secretary
along,
of Treasury.
Yeah.
don't get into debt. Whoops.
I would say I'd want to hang with Washington.
Okay.
I mean, I'm more in favor of political discourse than anything, but I mean, he was basically a war hero.
Yeah.
I would love to have been a fly on the wall when he was trying to decide whether or not to accept the presidency.
Yeah, because he
didn't want it.
did not
He
want
did
to.
not. He didn't want to
want
do it.
No.
So I would have loved to have been in his head or been in the room when he talked to his closest confidants about, should I do this? Should I not? Like, that would be fascinating if he had, I don't know if there's a journal, if there's any more information out there.
Well,
About,
there's like his friend groups. I mean, like the thing you were discussing.
Yeah.
They didn't make him, but suggested that he
Yeah.
accept it because he didn't want anything to do with the leadership role of
Yeah.
president or king, as they thought. And after 2 terms, he bowed out. He said, "I did not want to do this anymore." And that law didn't change until FDR, when he was, or was it FDR who had 3 in a row,
Yeah.
and then
Well,
Yeah.
2-term president after that.
Well, and we learned tonight that, you know, he had whiskey growing, you know, they were making
Yeah.
whiskey on the ground. So
Yeah.
I'd like to hang with that guy.
He had to get out of the White House so he could turn that into a big business.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
he was never in the White House.
True story.
John Adams.
John Adams was the first president to live in the White House. Yeah.
You all get a
right.
bonus point.
Thank you,
I
Nick.
wish.
I don't. I'm in worse shape now than I was before. Anyway,
You're welcome.
the best man for the job is the guy who doesn't want it.
Sure.
I'll stand by that for a long time. All right, guys. One last time. Thank you very much, Kelli, for writing this episode. We had a blast doing it. Congratulations, Doctor, on your decisive win. And that's going to do it for this episode of the Ultimate Trivia Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review, or drop us a line. Let us know how you did on this one. We'll see you next time with more trivia and more fun. And until then, keep your brains sharp and those bellies laughing.
Hey, trivia fans, we're excited to partner with Warrior Logo Wear, a veteran-owned company bringing you the exclusive Ultimate Trivia Podcast apparel. No minimum orders, just high-quality gear so you can rep your love for trivia in style. Shop now at www.warriorlogowear.com through the link in our show notes, on social, or at theultimatetriviapodcast.com. Big thanks to Warrior Logo Wear for teaming up with us. Now let's get to the trivia.